We on a boat.
I know. So cool.
So sick. Whoa. What's up, though? Celebrity status. Not a bad way to start a video, I'd say. Hold up. You guys thought I only drove a truck? Slayer of both land and water. Okay, I whipped that Duffy like it was a little sports car. I'm just kidding. Well, kind of. But anyways, on a serious note, the matte gray, dude, is an amazing color to get if you're never washing your truck. I haven't washed it one time yet, and this thing still looks pretty dang good. Doesn't show any signs of being unwashed. Very nice color to go with if you plan to never wash your truck. But anyways, the plan for today is to throw a swing out storage compartment here in the bed of the Tundra. That is not it right there. That's pretty cool though. That's going on after tomorrow when we install the Westcott 2.5 in the front and 1 in the rear. Pretty cool to see how it looks with the stock wheels and tires. I'm sure a lot of you guys are curious how it'll look lifted up with the very popular Westcott designs, 2.5 and 1 inch lifts. I guess you can throw some bigger tires on these stock wheels, which are pretty nice. Forged aluminum BBSs that say Pro on there too. It's a very nice wheel actually. And I guess you can do a 35 and it does not mess with the upper control arms here in the front, which also about that too. I'm very curious to know if when we lift this thing up 2.5 inches higher up than it is right now, which is already at a 1 inch lift with the same part number on the upper control arm as an SR5 or anything non-TRD Pro. I'm very curious to see how it'll align, so we'll do that in the future if we need to, upper control arms. But in the meantime, that is phase 1 aside from the bed cover of getting this thing ready for SEMA 2023. The Westcott Designs lift kits goes on tomorrow morning. For the meantime, we're throwing in the swing out bed storage. That'll be the very next thing we do, which is very exciting because that I'm pretty sure is the only one that's not even in production yet that no one else has even done for the latest generation of Tundra. So pretty cool stuff right there. For those who aren't familiar with the Westcott Designs lift, it's actually a preload collar that goes in the front and then a spacer that goes in the rear. It's a 1 inch in the rear, 2.5 in the front on the TRD Pros, but a 3 on everything else. And I'm super curious how it's gonna ride because everyone's saying something different. Everyone's saying one half is saying they love it and it feels no different. The other half is saying that it rides really stiff and they don't like it. So we're gonna find out tomorrow. I've gotten 431 miles put on the new TRD Pro here. So I've really gotten accustomed to how it rides, which is really nice. I love the ride of it. It's super smooth, very quiet, and very soft. I mean, the body roll on this thing is absolutely insane. And I saw in a video from Westcott Designs, Jeff Westcott himself, saying that it will get rid of some of the body roll, which I'm converting to it riding more stiff. That's kind of what makes sense in my head, but we'll see how it feels tomorrow once we put it on and let you guys know how it goes. So I bought this swing out storage from Yoda Garage like probably a year ago for the SR5, but never put it on because I completely forgot about it. But it's probably a good thing I did because I think this truck needs it way more, given that we have no under seat storage in the rear anymore because it's all batteries, being that this is a hybrid and all the batteries are in the rear seat. So that'll be really nice for the sake of expanding the storage and having it put somewhere that is contained, because throwing stuff in the bed of the truck, everything runs loose. Having it in a storage little thing will be awesome. So alrighty, let's have some fun. Also too, on my SR5, the SR5 came from the factory with some bed liner done to it, and this one did not come with the factory installed bed liner. And I will say this is actually a much more preferred option for me now, especially because it's so smooth. Everything glides on it real nice. As you guys can see, it's a pretty heavy package right there too. And everything it's just a lot easier to put stuff in the bed of the truck. It doesn't rough up whatever you're putting in there and sliding. It's a lot easier to clean and maintain as well. So, and you save some money too. So there's also that as well. Definitely nice for someone that's not super abusive on the inside of their bed. But let's pull that package out right there. Save that for another day. This package has to be probably 80 pounds. And look at that, easy. First impression so far, it's super light, very light package. So this is gonna be it's like a passenger side. It feels pretty solid. It's pretty light. I'd say it's probably 15, 20 pounds. Well, a cool feature about this thing, which we'll get into once we install it, we'll knock out the installation first, but it does detach on the fly. So if it's on there, it's not in your way permanently, but it is cool how it is tucked away off to the side here, kind of in this dead space right here behind the wheel well. So it's not really in the way of putting anything really bulky in here for the most part. Oh, nice. It came with some instructions. Need no instructions. Maybe we'll peek at these. So the first thing I'm supposed to do is install this bracket here up on the inside of the bed that supports the swing case. But here's the template that we're supposed to use right here to drill the holes out that we feed the hardware through to mount this up to the inside of the bed. But I'm checking to make sure all these match up with the actual bracket, and they don't. You guys will see the top two do line up, and then the bottom two, slide over a little bit. The bottom two don't. The top two do, the bottom two don't. Or if the bottom two do, the top two don't. So don't rely solely on this template right here for your frame of reference on where to drill those holes out. We'll cut this out and use it as a, I guess, somewhat of a general frame of reference. So we'll cut on the dotted line of our template that doesn't match where it's supposed to be and use it as a, I guess, ballpark reference point. Seems like the template's not scaled to size properly because you can see it's lined up pretty good on top right there. And if we go all the way down here, it's way past it. So I'm assuming they didn't zoom it in enough or something like that. So what I'll probably end up doing is place it evenly, hanging over the edge on the top and the bottom. And that should be right where we want it to be. So I'll put some new markings right in there and then drill that out. So now the taillight needs to come off to feed the hardware through the back side of the holes we drill out to secure the brackets onto the inside of the bed. So to get the taillight off, pretty simple, two 10mm bolts right there, one on top, one there on bottom, and we just pull it off. Pretty simple. There's one wiring harness to unfasten and a couple of clips, and the taillight's free. So, all right, let's get to drilling. And yes, I am using an Impact with a drill bit adapter. It works great. And yes, I am using a Ryobi. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. So I'm using gloves for this part because if you guys ever had fiberglass in your skin, doesn't feel very good. Also, it's pretty important that we don't go more than 1 inch through because if we go too far, we might come out the bedside, so don't go too crazy. So I sprayed some black paint here on a baggie. I'm gonna kind of dab some of that there on the bare metal so it doesn't rust. All right, so now some paint there on the holes and the fiberglass all wiped up, because if we were to vacuum that stuff up, by the way, and I don't have like a super fine filter on the vacuum, it's gonna blow around here in the garage and it's probably not smart to breathe that fiberglass in. So got that all wiped up and pretty much ready for the next step, and that's gonna be to feed these bolt plates through the opening there in the taillight opening. And we have 4 of those, 1 for each 2 holes drilled out here on the bed. And we got some washers and nuts as well to secure them down. They're gonna feed in through the taillight opening, go in this way. I'll secure down the swing case bracket and the striker bracket as well. And that's pretty much it, aside from throwing on the swing case. You gotta have some pretty crazy aiming skills here. I don't know where I'm at. Woo. Oh my. Alrighty, got both brackets hooked up. Everything's all set up, good to go. Time to throw the swing case on and see if everything lines up. I'm pretty sure you can't really mess up the striker bracket up there because it sits on that pillar, and the only real adjustment you can give it is from front to back, which you have plenty of play here because it needs to meet with this rod right here. And so you have plenty of play right there to adjust it and it still work out no matter how forward or backward you really are. I think you'd be all right. But back here, this bracket is where you can run into some bigger issues if it's not, you know, if it's slightly pitched this way or that way. then that's gonna completely change where that rod lines up, and it may not line up with that striker bracket. But let's see if we did everything right. It looks pretty level over here, so we should be good to go. Pretty good. All right, you guys, the swing case is all done. That's pretty much it. Top in the bed, and check it out. That side profile does look pretty good. Kind of has the same finish as the entire bed, so very nice look, nice uniform look. I just wish they kind of maximized the storage space, utilizing this dead space right here. Got a little closer to the wheel well, been a nice uniform look if they did that. And give us more storage using this dead space. I'm sure they kind of just make a general size here and then give you brackets that work that are more vehicle specific, I guess. I'm assuming what happened, because it doesn't seem like this is designed for like this specific vehicle. Just the mounting points are vehicle specific, I assume. But anyways, hit the release, open it up, got it all lined up, closes up real nice, and we're all good to go. For some reason, I thought it opened up all the way, but it doesn't. You have some interference going on right here, so it doesn't come straight out. So that's pretty much what you're working with right there. But it's all good. I mean, it's plenty of, opens up plenty for you to get access to whatever inside of your swing case. This side here has the bulk of the space offered in this swing case. Then you have the shelf right here, which you can pop open, and you have a smaller section of space right there, which is pretty cool. I will say, I wish they had a drain plug in here, though. I feel like that's a major miss for the swing case, is not having a drain plug in here, because that's, to me, I feel like is a big reason why somebody would want a swing out case in the back of their truck, is to use it for either perishables or, for tailgating and throwing some drinks in there, or whatever the case may be, even just making it easier to clean. Having some drain plugs in the bottom would have been a nice addition for sure. But yeah, no drain plugs in here. So kind of a bust. Also, I will mention that it does feel kind of overall a little bit, a little bit flimsy. There's a lot of play going on over here on the main bracket, as you guys can see. And I don't know, overall, I mean, it does feel pretty good. It's pretty nice material. The lid doesn't really close too well on its own, it kind of hits itself. Then you have to give it a push down in order to secure it. If you don't do that, then you can't secure it. So give it a nice little push down, and you can lock it, and then lock it with the key to fully secure it. But I mean, aside from that, it is pretty cool. You have these semi cup holders right here. I say semi because I'm not too sure how secure that is for a cup holder. It's a very smooth finish. I'd imagine once it gets wet, so if you have a cold can on there, it's gonna probably want to slide off pretty good. But yeah, there's that too. It's another little feature. And there you go, just like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This feels pretty solid. The release feels nice. Speaking of securing it, it does feel like someone could still get in this thing. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't feel very secure. I don't think it's sold as a high security case, but it is something to mention that, like, even with it secured, it does feel like you can give it 2 firm grips and bust the thing wide open right there on the corners. So yeah, there's that. I haven't tried the lock yet to secure the swing case, the bracket, but we'll try that in a second. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Overall, it's cool. I think it's good value for what you pay for it, for just over $200. I mean, it's not bad. They do sell them for both the passenger and the driver's side. You have to buy them, for one or the other. You can't like switch this to the other side. Yeah, I mean, it's good for certain things. I'd say for, like, for example, being, detailing stuff. If you're going down to the car wash and you want to throw some stuff in here to bring with you to the coin wash, you can definitely do that. Throw some stuff in here, separate it. Bigger things on this side, some smaller things up here. So it's got a good amount of space. Holds 75 pounds inside. And then we also have a lock down here as well, by the way, too, which I haven't tried out yet. We just kind of jimmy this in there and then throw that in there, I guess. We'll take the key and lock it up. And now no one can pick up the swing case off of the truck itself with this guy in here right there. So yeah, this too actually does feel pretty kind of flimsy, actually. I feel like you can take a flathead screwdriver and just pop this right out. So yeah, I don't know. And that's pretty much a wrap for today's video, heading down to 88 Rotors first thing tomorrow morning. Get there at 10 a.m. and it should be done by midday tomorrow. I'm so freaking stoked, dude. I'm looking forward to this day for what feels like forever. I can't wait to get the lift kit installed, and I'm really curious to see how it rides, given all the mixed reviews of how the Westcott Designs lift kits feel once they're installed onto these new Tundras. So alrighty guys, it is the next day. I'm heading down to 88 Rotors right now to have the lift kit installed. But before I do that, I want to show you guys this thing in the daytime, give you guys some better lighting here, show you guys what it's all about. pretty cool. So it goes about that far out on the inside of the case. Put that shelf in, lock her up, and just like that, dude. It's pretty cool. Definitely find some good use out of this thing right here. It does have, you know, its drawbacks, but I think overall for the price of it, it's pretty cool. But anyways, off to 88 Rotors, which is somewhere in there, I think, or over there. I'm close. That's all I know. But yeah, I'm off to 88 right now to get this this Westcott Designs lift kit put on. But yeah, I get one final good look of the TRD Pro in its factory form, because in a couple of hours, it's gonna look a little bit different.